Alright, in this video I'm going to go over the difficulty levels and discuss each of the difficulty levels in Phasmophobia. First we have Amateur. This is usually where most players start out. You get cash rewards times 1, which is a maximum of $90. Your XP rewards 1 times, or the base amount. If you happen to die with non-starting equipment, you get 50% of that value back as insurance. You have a full 5-minute setup grace period from which the ghost can't hunt from when you open the door. The sanity consumption is the base amount, or 1 times. Sanity pills will restore 40% of your sanity. If you happen to get hunted, the duration is anywhere from 15 seconds to 40 seconds, depending on the size of the map. If it happens to be a cursed hunt, it'll be anywhere from 35 seconds to 60 seconds. And there'll be a 5-second grace period during the beginning of the hunt, which the ghost can't kill a player. The fuse box will start on, so you don't have to immediately worry about turning it on to turn on lights. The ghost room never changes on Amateur. The ghost activity is less frequent, which can be a help or a hindrance, depending on your situation. So it might take quite a while to get activity, say in the case of a shade, but it gives you plenty of time to explore the map and just, basic, witty, casual banter. Next, we have Intermediate. You get twice the cash rewards for a maximum of $180. You get 1.5 times the experience rewards. Your insurance payout, in case you die, will be 25% of the value of your non-starting items. You'll still have a grace period of 2.5 minutes from when you open the door from when the ghost can hunt. The sanity consumption will be 50% more on Intermediate, and your sanity pills will only restore 35% of your sanity. If you happen to get hunted, it will last anywhere from 20 to 50 seconds, whereas a cursed hunt will be anywhere from 40 seconds to 70 seconds, so keep that in mind. You'll still have a grace period of 4 seconds. The fuse box will actually start off on Intermediate, so you'll probably want to find the power box and turn that on early on in the investigation, so you can turn on lights. Ghost room still will never change. You'll get an increased amount of ghost activity, so Intermediate is a good place still for new players where the difficulty really hasn't been ramped up. Next we go to Professional difficulty, whereas the game gets both more difficult and more rewarding. You'll often see most players actually play on Professional. You get 3 times the amount of cash rewards for a maximum of 270. You get twice the XP rewards from Amateur. You get 0% insurance, so any items you bring in that aren't starting items, if you die, you lose them, and you don't get anything back for them. There is no setup grace period, so technically the ghost can hunt you the moment you enter the location, but that's rare, and for the most part, that's only the demon's rare ability. You get twice the amount of sanity consumption from Amateur. Sanity pills only restore 30% of your sanity. If you get hunted, it'll last anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds, depending on the map size. A cursed hunt will last anywhere from 50 to 80 seconds, and you'll have a 3-second hunting grace period. The fuse box starts off just like an Intermediate. One important change is the ghost room can change. While there's many sources that say this is rare, in any game, I would say longer than 10 or 15 minutes, you'll probably get a ghost room change. The only time I never do on Professional is when my game is incredibly short. The activity ramps up quite a bit too, which can actually make for faster hunts. So this is a pretty profitable difficulty to try out. And lastly, we have the infamous Nightmare mode. You get 4 times the amount of cash rewards for a maximum of 360, 2.5 times the amount of XP. You get no insurance, just like on Professional. There's no setup grace period, like on Professional. Sanity consumption is the same as on Professional, twice that of Amateur. Sanity pills only restore 25% of your sanity. This is important because to go from 0 to 100% sanity, a player would have to take all 4 pills. The hunt duration's the same as on professional, 30 to 60 seconds. Cursed hunts are the same as on professional, 50 to 80 seconds. There's only a 2-second hunting grace period, and to be honest, most of the time it'll feel like less. One important change during a hunt, while on other difficulties, hunting kill during the hunt ends the hunt. On Nightmare, it simply extends the hunt by 10 more seconds. So on Nightmare, it is possible to lose the entire team to a single hunt, so be careful. The defining aspect of Nightmare is the fact that you're only given 2 pieces of evidence to figure out the ghosts, so you won't be able to figure out just from evidence alone. Important thing though, with a mimic, it will show 3 pieces of evidence for the false orbs. The fuse box starts off just like on professional, and the ghost room definitely can change on Nightmare. It frequently will. It's rare to have a Nightmare game where the room doesn't change at least once, if not several times. I do actually recommend trying out Nightmare with, say, starting items only, because the cash rewards, you can get very little done in Nightmare and still get more money than you would on Amateur or even Intermediate. Well, that about wraps it up for the difficulty. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.